Buenas noches, bienvenidos, muchas gracias por estar aquí. El día de hoy voy a presentarles un texto que fue publicado por la editorial Routledge. Este es el libro, Reimagining Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Nuclear Humanities in the Post-Cold War. Es la primera vez desde hace mucho tiempo que leo en voz alta en inglés, así es que si hay algunas mal pronunciaciones, pido de antemano una disculpa. Mi texto lo eligieron para cerrar el libro, es el texto 11, y como ven, el título, en referencia de Derrida, que voy a explicar durante el texto, lo llamé For Granting a Voice. In one of his lesser-known stories, Franz Kafka describes a torture machine that transfigures the writing process in a suffering-stricken road to death. In The Penal Colony de 1914, the Czech writer describes a complex punishment instrument devised to inscribe the verdict of a non-existent legal process on the back of the convicts. Sentenced through imposition, the convicts' bodies tied up and laying face down, with a felt ball inside their mouth to still their moans, had to withstand for 10 to 12 hours the puncturing inscription of their verdict on their backs. As the piercing letters went deeper, the body, defeated by words, finally lost sense and breath. The machine, a crystal coffin filled with acid-tinged needles, traced an unjust inscription turned into unquestionable dogma over the condemned bodies. The needles carved through words and endless ornamental patchwork that bled them to death. After the first couple of hours, the felt ball was retrieved. The executioner explains that the body didn't have either the strength or the will to grant voice to the intensity of their pain. Only then was the prisoner defeated through the cruel and relentless consciousness of pain as absolute deathlessness, considered as fully redeemed. Guilt penetrated as an unspeakable already forever of pain, the back of the body that assumed silence as its last stance. As the voice was lost, the body exchanged what was left of its words for the words of others. Yesterday's night marked the last activity of Japanese artist Shinpei Takeda's Alpha Decay project. A pavilion built with cardboard boxes was traced over the graphic depicting the vibrations of the testimonial voices of some of the exile survivors of the detonation and radioactive sequels of the atomic bombing. The wounded cardboard pavilion was, for a handful of hours, a refuge for two women who were exposed, then and now, to the sequels of the extreme timescape of a particular vibration that was grafted inside of them and marked the pitch of their emotional and corporeal memory. Michiko and Sue, a couple of former 11-year-olds who bore in the depth of their skin the tragic imprint of that August of 1945 in their hometown Nagasaki, talked about their memories. The sound of running water and unrestrainable saturated flow, was audible between their words and transferred the testimony of both women to the memory of deadly and deathful Nagasaki River, where so many thirsty bodies ended up dying, darkened and destroyed as black rain residue. Inside the walls of the inscribed pavilion of the body and its obsessive replication of words, trimmed and overprinted until they relentlessly gutted the destructive gesture into a recreating corporeal memory, Shinpei Takeda offered to both survivors the butchered, painful recordings of his own emotional, mental, and physical process,